Hi everybody, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me today. Well, it is finally time to plant our garlic. I think I've been talking about this since we started harvesting garlic back in June. So the time has come. We got our garlic in the mail a few weeks ago, and I was waiting until the time was right to get it in the ground. The last couple years I have planted our garlic on Halloween, but this year it was raining, so I've had to wait just a little while. But the weather is beautiful today. The raised bed has dried out enough that we can plant it. So we're gonna go for it. Now, the first thing you want to do when you get your garlic, check to make sure that it's good. I ordered our garlic from Territorial Seed Company this year, and I've ordered two different kinds. Both of them are new to me. In the past, we have grown Music garlic, which is a hardneck garlic, and we really enjoyed that. This year, we are trying Italian Mountain Red, which is a hardneck variety. And then we also got this Red Enchilome garlic, which is a softneck variety. And as you can see, these heads of garlic are huge. So this is very encouraging, very promising. I really hope that our garlic get this big next year. So we'll have to see. Once you're ready to plant it, you want to separate the head or the bulb into the individual cloves. Now I am going to keep these separate so that I can make a note of where I planted which variety. Although with one being hardneck and one being softneck, it shouldn't be a problem to tell once they're up, because the hardneck variety puts up a scape and the softneck does not. But I'm still going to try to keep them separate. So I am going to go through and peel all of the individual cloves off. And as you can see, these cloves are very large. And that's good, because if you plant a large clove, then you should get a large bulb. So just gonna peel all of these off, and I'm going to try to keep their like that papery skin on them. I don't want to peel them all the way down to the raw garlic. So the garlic came in a mesh bag. So I'm just going to peel these off, break them apart, and put them back in the bag. Okay, this one looks like it's actually two. So I am going to go ahead and get them apart to where each one is separate. See how that just broke apart, and I can feel, it almost feels like there's a third one here, which would make sense because these are really large. So, there we go. The extra paper, the little wrappers, you don't need to keep all of the papers on them, but I do like to try to keep a couple layers on. See, like this one is completely bare. I am going to go ahead and try to plant this one, but I'm probably going to save it for the very end, and then if I run out of room, I might not plant this one at all. Here is a very good way to see the difference between softneck and hardneck garlic. You remember I said this is the softneck variety. Well, all the way to the center of this head of garlic are cloves, and they just keep getting smaller as you work your way into the middle. Now this Italian Mountain is the hardneck variety. So as I peel the cloves off of this one, there's the outside layer. Once you get the outside layer off, you come to the inner layer, and that is where the cloves stop. You can see the very center of this is not a clove, this is the stem. So that is the main difference between the hardneck and softneck variety. When I bought our garlic, I bought 1 pound of red enchilada garlic and 1 pound of the Italian mountain garlic. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much you can get when you're ordering it. Some of the cloves from the red enchilada garlic were humongous. So I would really, when I'm cooking with those, I'm gonna consider those 2, maybe 3 cloves of garlic, even though it's just 1 clove because they're so big. So I just wanna give you guys an idea of quantity and what you might be able to expect when you're ordering your garlic, because each variety is gonna be just a little bit different. Now, I have gone through with my planting board and I've made these small indentions across the entire bed, and that is my spacing to plant my garlic cloves. So that's 6 inches side to side and 6 inches across. I was able to get 7 rows, 15 in each row. So that should give me 105 holes to plant garlic. The next thing I'm going to do, since I have all of my spacing laid out, I am going to go through with my bulb planter to dig your hole with. I like to use a bulb planter because on the side it shows me how deep I'm getting it. And then I can also just make sure that they're all even. Okay. And if you've never grown garlic before, you just look right on the package and it tells me to plant them 4 to 6 inches apart and cover them with 1 to 2 inches of soil. However, I am not going to do that. I am going to plant them 4 inches deep. And I plant them deeper than the 1 to 2 inches every year, and I have not had any problems with them coming up. I'm going to tell you to do your own research and find out what works best where you are and in your gardening zone and your microclimate and all of that. But I do plant them deeper. It's just a preference that I have. And I'm just going to put 1 clove in each hole. This end is where the roots grow. This end is where the sprout will come up. So I'm going to plant them with their root end down, pointy end up. Just give it a gentle little push down into the soil at the bottom of the hole so that it does stay upright. That one doesn't, okay. This clove does not feel right to me. It's very soft and it's kind of dark. And I don't think that this is a quality clove to plant. So I'm going to put it back in the box and plant a different one in its place. Now, once I have my bulbs in this row, I will go back through and cover them up. But I always do 1 row at a time to make sure that I don't miss any holes. I don't want any skips. So that is the process that I will go through to plant all of the garlic that we have. guys, I am one shy of having enough.
And that was 104 cloves. Okay, now I'm just gonna get these covered up.
Once I have everything planted, I grab my rake and just kind of level off the dirt to make sure that everything is covered evenly. As you can see, our yard is covered with leaves that have fallen from this oak tree. We have a lot of trees on our property. Now, our entire yard is covered almost to the point where you can't even see the grass. So we will be mulching leaves and make a big pile back here along this tree line. And then I will cover our garlic bed with a layer of leaf mulch. And that is going to protect the soil and protect the bulbs while they overwinter. And then it will keep breaking down and turn into organic matter in our raised bed and improve our soil even more. So the reason that I mark these rows with our stakes is because I want to make sure that I know where I planted them when they start sprouting, because I will be weeding the beds as I need to, and I come out and check them to see if they're growing. So that gives me an idea of where to look for the little garlic sprouts coming up, and I can see if they're doing okay. Another thing is that normally if it was very dry, I would water this in, but we've had rain over the weekend and the soil is still damp. There is moisture there. And we also have some rain in the forecast. So I am not going to water these in today. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And if this rain misses us, then I will come back through and water it, because you do want those roots to develop before it freezes for the winter. We want the roots to develop and start growing and take hold, but we don't want it to sprout up above the ground. If I notice those sprouts popping up, if it's warm and they're growing faster than I want them to, I will just keep adding more mulch on top of those sprouts to make sure that they don't get frozen, because then they won't make it. I really encourage you guys to try planting your own garlic. It is getting late in the season, but if you're still able to get it, and the ground is not frozen where you live, there is still a chance that you can get it in the ground this year. It's not too late, at least where we are in Illinois. So if you guys have any questions about growing garlic, please drop me a comment below. I love to hear from you guys and see what everyone's doing in their garden. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos from the homestead. Thank you so much for watching.